Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another Saturday night cash race here at Cash Motorsports. The biggest track, the fastest speeds, the closest racing in motorsports. Today at the legendary Talladega Speedway, there's only one thing standing between these drivers and victory lane. 30 laps of pure speedway racing. Welcome race fans to another edition of Saturday Night Cash, hosted by Cash Motorsports. Although it's Saturday night for all of us watching, the Alabama sun is shining over Talladega in the ARCA drivers prepare to tackle one of the fastest and most unforgiving tracks in all of racing. The draft will decide who moves forward. The bump draft will separate friends from competitors, and one perfect time move could mean the difference between celebrating a victory lane or becoming another victim to the big one. Tonight's broadcast is proudly presented by our outstanding partners, Admin Box, helping the racing community stay organized and competitive. Blind Squirrel Racing, where passion, teamwork, and speed come together. Raleigh's Resto Rods, delivering quality craftsmanship and performance every step of the way. At Talladega, there are no guarantees. The leader isn't safe, the favorite isn't untouchable, and the race can change in a blink of an eye. Who will master the draft? Who will survive the inevitable chaos? And who will make the move that earns the checkered flag and the cash? Good evening, everyone. I'm Jamie G. It's a pleasure to welcome you to another exciting edition of Saturday Night Cash. We'll bring you every lead change, every daring move, and every heart-pounding moment from the green flag to the checkered flag. The drivers are buckled in, the engines are coming to life, and the pace car is almost ready to roll. Race fans, buckle up. 30 laps, one winner. Saturday Night Cash from Talladega starts right now. As I'd already said, thank you all for being here tonight. It's going to be another amazing race here at Cash Motorsports, and we are obviously at Talladega, one of the best and fastest tracks on the NASCAR circuit. We are going to be in the ARCA cars tonight, so it is going to be an exciting race. Got to be careful with those bumps on the front, but we do have a guest up in the booth tonight, David Culleton, joining us tonight. David, how are we doing?
Well, man, how are you doing tonight?
We're getting there. We're ready for another Cash Motorsports Saturday Night Cash race, and I'll tell you, a lot of the big names are out here tonight. Daniel Holkoff, Derek Raleigh, Shane Hatfield, Josh McCullough. Obviously, I'm not seeing McCullough Jr. out here tonight, which is his father, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and see what they can do either way. Jessica Childs out here tonight, James Waring, Michael Brown, a whole bunch of great names out here, big names, and we're going to see an exciting race tonight. 17 drivers.
Well, you definitely can't leave out Jessica Childs. That young lady figures out a way to get to the front every single one of these super speedway races.
Yeah, I mean, and like we were saying before we were going live, Jessica is one of the prominent plate racers that I have the pleasure of being on the track with. And it seems like she just finds the right people to be able to push her to the front. So it's going to be really exciting to see what Jessica can do tonight. Last week's race winner, McCullough Jr., unfortunately, like I said, does not look like he is out here tonight. But that's all right. That gives an opportunity to maybe possibly somebody that's not a McCullough coming across the finish line for the checkered flag. It looks like we are in qualifying right at the moment. Let's go ahead and take a look and see who's at the top of that list. Nobody's really made a full lap yet. As we watch the 69 take that high, or the 67 take that high side of Doug Essel. I hope I said that right. Essel? I believe it's Essel. That's the, and see, with me, I'm always taking the high side on Daytona for the first lap, and then the bottom side to finish out my qualify lap here at Talladega. I'm not sure that's the way to go. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the bottom side is the fastest way all the way around the track, except for on your out lap when you're coming out of turns 3 and 4. 3 and 4, generally I'll jump up top, but once I cross that finish line, I'm at the bottom all the way. What about you, Colton?
Well, it all depends. I mean, I guess it's a preference thing. When I'm my hot lap or my out lap, and then my first lap, being it's a 2 lap qualifying, I stay high through that out lap, and then I kind of run the turns like a short track on the first lap, kind of try to build that momentum coming in. Then come at Daytona, I hit the tri-oval right at the line. Talladega, it's a little bit different with that line being so far down and then between the tri-oval and turn one. I try to get to the line just before you get to the start finish line and then carry that line all the way around for your hot lap.
And that is most strategies on the plate racing side of it. Again, I don't know. I'm not super great at qualifying at Talladega. If I have to be truthful, it's not my favorite place to qualify. Daytona is definitely my better one, but out here at Talladega, really anything can happen. It looks like a lot of these drivers are actually starting to come off of the track as we speak. Michael Brown currently at the top of the list, taking that pole position, but look who's at the top. Jessica Childs sitting at the top in second place, going to be on that outside so far. Daniel Holdcraft currently holding that third position. Joshua McCullough sitting in the fourth position, as we seen him win 2 weeks ago. He should be a favorite for tonight. Derek Raleigh, our very own host for Cash Motorsports, in that number 71. He is going to be currently sitting in fifth. Doug Ezel, as we were looking at him, in that 67 in sixth place. Cody Baumeister, he's going to be out there in the seventh position. Matt Frady, yeah, did I say that wrong? Matt Frady in the number 6 is sitting currently in 8th. Joe Conan is sitting in 9th in that number 12. Joseph Essenberg lead out our top 10. So a lot of big names up there, a lot of exciting action to come. Thank you all for being here once again. We're obviously going to go ahead and we're going to kick it off with our national anthem. We'll see you right back out on the track for some hot racing action.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back out on the track. Let's go ahead and take a look at our scrolling grid and see who's going to be on that pole.
Looks like it's the number 11, Michael Brown, that got the pole this evening.
Yeah, that's going to start off row 1 with Jessica Childs on his outside. Row 2 is going to be Daniel Holdcraft and Josh McCullough. Row 3 is going to be Derek Raleigh and Doug Ezel. Row 4 is going to be Cody Baumeister and Matt Frady. Row 5, Joe Conan and Joseph Essenberg. Row 6, James Waring and Jared Essenberg. Row 7, Justin Smith and Shane Hatfield. Row 8, James Moore and Charlie Morgan. Row 9, Chase Mistrada, I believe. Yeah, sounds about right. And row 10, Ambrose Niebel. All right, Colton, we're about to go green flag. It looks like Ambrose has now jumped to the pits. Not sure what's going on there. Hopefully he doesn't have a mechanical issue. But it also looks like Chase Mistrada is not gridded up as well. But that's all right. These drivers are ready for the green flag, Colton. And it's going to be a battle between Michael Brown and Jessica Childs for that green flag.
Well, let's just hope nobody pulls a Denny Hamlin, goes early, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah, that was actually pretty wild, him jumping the start on that race. I've never seen him do that before.
I've seen him do it on short tracks like Richmond and such, but never at the beginning of a race. I believe it on Dale Jr. He got him a little too fired up.
Yeah, that definitely could be the case.
All right, Jamie, so I think the trick to this race is which line gets moving faster.
Well, and so far with these Saturday Night Cash races, I've honestly seen that outside start to build up way better than that inside line. Inside line either can't keep it bumper to bumper or keep it straight, or there's just not enough drivers down there. Most of them jump to that outside. But we're gonna find out here in a second, because we're on our way to the restart zone right now. Pace cars off the track. These guys are revved up, ready to go. Green flag is out.
Great jump by the 11. It looks like the 6 is backing up to the 5 to get a good push to get moving.
Yeah, pretty good start on both lines right there. Bottom side taking a little bit of the advantage. Michael Brown was up front. Jessica Childs now taking the lead. That's going to put Josh McCullough right behind her in that number 5. They're going to have a little bit more speed coming down through the backstretch. 67 in third. Doug Ezel on that outside line. Jessica Childs jumping down to the bottom. Right there in front of the number 11 of Michael Brown.
Now, is Jessica thinking that this line is the fastest line, or does she just not want to lead this early in the race?
Well, in all honesty, I'm going to go to the most comfortable spot right in the beginning, and that for me is going to be the bottom side. It looks like the number 5 out there leading that outside line, Josh McCullough now. That 67 is going to have to jump up behind him of Doug Ezel. He's going to have to make sure that he pushes that outside line. Josh McCullough now taking the lead here at Talladega.
Coming down the backstretch, they both lines have some pretty decent organization. Looks like the top line is starting to fall apart just a little.
Yeah, there's a lot of separation right there between the 5 and the 67. 67 falling back a little bit of Doug Ezel. He's going to need a little bit of help.
71 moved up.
Yeah, that's going to be Derek Rowley. Derek Rowley jumps up behind the 5, seeing if he can get that outside line going. A little bit of a change tonight. It looks like we're doing 35 laps instead of 30. So that's going to be interesting. An extra 5 laps out there to see who can get it done. But that's going to put Rowley and the number 5 of McCullough up front for right now.
Now, Jamie, for those who don't know, is this a Talladega, Super Speedway, Daytona type of situation always, or do we race different tracks with this Cash organization?
So with Cash Motorsports, generally they bounce between Daytona and Talladega. We've had a couple of both. First time in the ARCA cars, though. So this is really interesting. These guys are normally racing in the trucks or the cups. But these ARCA cars look like they're doing really, really well out there.
For those who are just joining us, the ARCA cars are quite a bit different than either the trucks or the current Cup car. They're more like the old Cup car with a little less horsepower. So that restrictor plate, the draft, means so much more in this particular race.
Yeah, you're absolutely not wrong. As we can already see, like I said, that outside line forming a lot better, getting a lot more momentum. It looks like they're trying to go 3 wide out there. You got the 69 and the 95 jumping to the outside. That's going to be Charlie Morgan and James Waring. They're going to see if they can get a third line going here.
That 71 is doing a really good job of staying attached to the leader.
Yeah, that's going to be Derek Raleigh. He's also going to have the number 40 right behind him. The number 40 doing a great job of keeping up.
The 6 of Matt Brady's doing an amazing job keeping the 71 attached as well. This is an incredible start to this race.
Well, on my relative, it's got Matt Fratty as the number 40, or as the number 6, but I see the paint is a number 40. Do you see that?
I do not. Maybe my trading paints has a hiccup. I see what's supposed to be there on some, and apparently some that aren't not.
That's all right. Trading paints is sometimes an issue, but if you look, that bottom side only has 4 drivers in it that are close together. Now it's got 6. They're going to be trying to make some moves. 95 with a huge move underneath the 69, leaving Derek Raleigh right there in the middle. We're 3 wide, coming around turns 1 and 2 into the backstretch.
The 69 threw a heck of a block there, trying to get down and make sure he gets the lead.
3 cars left on the outside.
The thing about Talladega is iRacers think it's easy. And it is easy to do a lap around this track by yourself. Running into a pack is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it's the checkup. In all honesty, a lot of the times I'm actually running half throttle. I'm not even full throttle most of the time. I'm not pushing too hard. I'm not making contact. Because there's no reason to this early, right? You want to make sure that you're there to the end. And pushing and making that kind of contact can cause an issue. Down to the bottom, up to the lead. The 067, Justin Smith, with the 71 of Derek Raleigh in tow.
Here comes the 11 and the 13 on the outside, starting to build a little bit of momentum with the 1. They don't have a whole lot of help, but if they can get them down and side draft a little bit, they might be able to make a little bit of a difference. You know, Jamie, I know you're well aware, but the tricky thing about this track and running the inside line is you can't turn it too tight. You got to move up just a little. It's not like qualifying when you're in the race. You can't stay just on that yellow line, or your tires will literally slow you down.
Yeah, and the last thing you want to do is get too tight and then the car go loose on you. I mean, you can feel it as it's going loose as you're turning down into the corner. And that's one of the worst feelings out here under this kind of stress. 3 wide through the middle, and you're starting to go up a little bit, you know what I mean?
It's not even talking about how the car just starts to float, especially when you're in the middle, like the 40 car there. He's sitting in the middle, he's a sitting goose. All he can do is hold on for dear life and hope that nobody makes a mistake.
Second ago, a little contact between the 69 and the 5. 69 getting out of place a little bit. Looked like he was a little squirrely there for a second. They're able to recover. No incident. We're going to keep the green flag.
Here comes the inside line, building momentum again.
Yeah, that inside line's got some great drivers. Derek Raleigh currently leading that inside line with 95 right behind him. 95.
You got the front 3. And then you got about 15 cars under a blanket.
Oh! There it goes. Huge crash right there involving the 95 and a few other vehicles.
1, 2, 6, 7 cars.
Jessica Childs also involved in that.
Jamie, you're the expert on this particular race. Do they have a fast repair to try to get back in this thing?
Yeah, they do actually have a fast repair. All right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's take a look at the 95 for a second. See what happens right there. He's got the 15 in tow. 15 of Shane Hatfield right behind him. The 067 real close to that 15. Doesn't look like they make any contact right there. The 11 dives low. Oh, it looks like an odd contact with the 71 up into the 69, down into the 95. Let's go back and take a look. Looks like Derek Raleigh riding a little high off of that corner, coming up into the 13. Then 13 up into the 69 and 1. And then they collect the 95 as well. Just not enough room for Derek Raleigh to move up right there. 13 comes back down. 69 already out of whack right there. Trying to recover it. Oh, man.
For lack of better words,
contact.
we're running almost 200 miles an hour with the movement of a gnat's ass. You can't. Anything can happen at any moment. Everything is precision.
Yeah, really unfortunate right there. Collected a lot of vehicles. Looks like, as we know, Jessica Childs, James Waring, Justin Smith, Raleigh.
A lot of good cars were. A lot of good cars collected in that one. Fortunately, they do have the fast repair, so they'll get fixed, and with a little bit of luck, they will not get caught in another one. Things happen so fast, there could be another big one at any time.
Well, and if I have the ability, I'm trying my best not to use my fast repair. I'm going to do everything in my power to try to get that car fixed under the yellow flag rather than use the fast repair, because you're right. You never know what's going to happen. We still got 25 laps left here, and you're going to want to save that to the very end.
Well, unfortunately, pace lap here at Talladega, even at 75 miles an hour, takes about 2.5 minutes. So if you are under that and you can get into pit lane quick enough, you have a good shot at getting it fixed up, or at least decently fixed up, and hope that maybe another caution comes out and you can get repaired and make a race. That's the wonderful thing about the draft, is you can move up very quickly when it comes to 10 to go.
Currently, the fastest drivers on the track: Michael Brown with a 49.60, Justin Smith a 49.62, James Waring a 49.65, Cody Baumeister with a 49.66, and Joe Conan with a 49.66, tied up with Cody Baumeister. We got some pretty good speed out there right at the moment. Let's go ahead and take a look and see who our lap leaders so far. Looks like dominating this race so far, Josh McCullough, our winner from 2 weeks ago. We're leading 9 laps. Michael Brown leading 1 lap, and Justin Smith leading 1 lap. Right now, Josh McCullough sits at the front. He's going to have Michael Brown on his outside. So it's going to be a battle between those two to see who can get it done. Looks like all the drivers coming back out onto the field. Justin Smith just now coming out of pit lane. A few drivers jumping back into the pit lane. Ambrose Nebel, Daniel Holcraft, and James Waring all coming back down. Looks like a lot of guys getting only fuel. Derek Raleigh taking 2 tires. Gerard Essenberg taking 2 tires. Joseph Essenberg taking 4. And it looks like Shane Hatfield with 2 and Joe Conan with 4. Interesting strategy from early in the race already. People coming in, taking those tires. Would you have already taken tires, or would you have waited and only got that fuel?
I don't know. It all depends on what the fuel intake for the race. But I honestly, I'm ignorant to that right now. I don't know what kind of fuel they started the race out with. Now, let's say we're going with 100% fuel. You got 35 laps. It all depends on how much you're moving around on the track, whether or not you need tires. Do you stay out? Have you protected your tires? You know, Talladega's an old, rough track, but you don't have to turn the wheel much. So you may not be burning up the tires if you stay in the draft, stay off the throttle.
Well, let's check out and see who's all got some repairs. Lights are off the pace car. We are double file. Justin Smith with 1 minute and 30 seconds. Ambrose Nebel with Noble. I'm going to say it's Noble. I keep saying Nebel. But 126, Daniel Holdcraft with 31 seconds, James Moore with 16, and Jessica Childs with only 3 seconds.
Jessica lucked out. And don't be surprised if she works her way back up to the front. She's a beast.
She definitely has the ability, and like I said, she has some weird knack to be able to find the people that want to push her up to the front. So I do expect her to see her back up through the front. After we cross the finish line, only 23 laps to go. Still an exciting race. These guys are going to put on a hell of a show for this last run right here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pace car off the track. We're back to the restart zone here in a moment. Green flag. Nice little pack right there at the bottom with Raleigh sitting behind him, dropping back a little bit though. That's going to give the advantage to the outside line. Number 40 and 5 are going to be on that top side. 11 and 69 down low. They're still side by side coming into the backstretch.
Now, Jamie, it looked like the one sandbagged a little bit just to be able to get that run and stay real tight to that inside line.
Ooh, contact with the outside wall with the 9. Jessica Childs making a little contact out there with the inside wall in front of that number 95 of James Waring. I'm really liking those American paint jobs from the 69 and the 75. Those are looking really great. 69 of Charlie Morgan.
Oh, this is summer to have an American paint job. This is a summer to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Looking really sharp out there.
I mean, you know me. I drive around my Freedom 50 all the time. I just got to put a 2 in front of it. The 20's getting a heck of a push from the 11 and the 69. The 71 is, well, it looks like the 71 thought about moving in the middle lane there for a second.
Ooh, a lot of close side drafting right there. Coming out of the 20 and the number 5. Almost making contact. Still able to keep it green here. 40 right behind him.
95 is doing a great job keeping the 9, bouncing in between contact with the 12, pushing the 12 all the way to the front. Looks like the 9's able to move down in front of the middle lane, keep the 12 all the way in the front of the pack.
Yeah, that's going to be great for Joe Conan. Jumping back to the outside. He's up 8 positions with Jessica Childs right behind him. Childs up to second with Josh McCullough following up.
Here comes that inside line, though. 2 cars connected can do a whole lot if they just stay together. Here's a 20 moving up into 4th. There's a 20 pushing the 3rd position. That 11's. The inside line's got a lot of organization right now. That might give them the momentum.
Cody Baumeister is no rookie to this. He knows what he's doing. Coming up with the number 11, like you said, right behind him with Michael Brown.
Oh, they split Jessica in the 12. The 12's able to block, but it looks like Jessica's an odd man out and going in the back. Oh!
Contact. Jessica barely. 11 and the 69 go around. That's going to be Charlie Morgan and Michael Brown. Derek Raleigh also involved in that one as well. The number 1 of Gerard Essenberg involved. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened right there. Jessica getting pushed high, making contact with that outside line. Able to recover contact with the 067. Doesn't look like that's where it started, though. Looks like the 11 and 71 get together. 71 on the outside right there. Doug Ezel just towed out to the pits, so that means big damage for him. But it looks like contact between the 11 and the 71 is what caused that. 69 involved, 67 as well. Not what you want to see for the 67 of Doug Ezel jumping to the pits like that.
Yeah, those guys on the outside line just had nowhere to go. It looked like the 71 got into the 11, tried to get off him, but just couldn't. And sometimes that happens in this track. You try to get off somebody with the pressure behind you, the air itself, it keeps you right where you don't want to be. And then he got back into him and hooked him. I don't think it was intentional by any means, but there was definitely too much air in the wrong place, and they found themselves in the right place at the wrong time.
Well, that's going to put Josh McCullough up front. It looks like all these drivers deciding to come down into pit lane.
Now let's see what McCullough does. Is he going to top off fuel, or is he going to grab a set of tires? Me, personally, at this point, if I'm taking tires at all, I'm taking rights only, getting the fuel and going on, keeping my track position. You do not want to be back in this hornet nest with just a couple laps to go.
Yeah, it looks like 5 jumping right out of the pits in front of the 95.
No, the 95 almost beat him.
Looks like we got a couple meatball flags as well. The first meatball is going to be Gerard Essenberg. Second one is going to be Doug Ezel.
Jamie, I don't know if you could see it. The 11 was banged up pretty good. Did he still have his fast repair?
The 11?
Yeah, the 11. Did he still have his fast repair?
Yeah, it looks like Michael Brown's all fixed up.
You know, you were talking earlier about saving that fast repair for the right time. I know that's not how it works in real racing, but here in sim racing, a lot of leagues, a lot of races, we get the benefit of one mulligan, and it looks like it worked out good for him.
Yeah, the number 11 of Michael Brown definitely appreciating that fast repair after that last incident. But it looks like the 67 or the 69 behind him, he's got a bunch of damage on the front of that Chevy.
Well, I believe the 67 probably used his fast repair in the first big accident we had earlier on in the race.
Yeah, the 69. Yep, sure did.
Unfortunately, that's the way it happens sometimes.
Gerard Essenberg, James Moore, and Doug Ezel still in pit lane.
But Jamie, the excitement's not over yet. We still got 17 laps to go.
Yeah,
Looks
after
like
they cross that line.
Looks like we'll go green with what, 15 to go?
Possibly 16 to go.
16 to go?
Yep.
Either way, this is going to be a very exciting race to the finish.
Well, like we were already saying, the number 69, Charlie Morgan, coming down into pit lane as the lights come off of that pace car. Got to be careful coming into pit lane after the pace car turns its lights off, because now you got to catch back up to the pack, and if you don't, it's going to be a huge problem. It does look like Charlie Morgan coming out now.
You know, Jamie, here's the thing, though. If you time it right and you don't pass anybody before the start-finish line, you're not breaking any rules. But you can have momentum. If you time it just right, it can give you an edge going into one. It all depends on how it works out, and it's a very fine line on how that works out. It's a fine line between breaking the rules and not, but that's what we call racing.
Well, it looks to me like the 69 didn't use his fast repair, but just did as he came back in. That car looks brand new.
He might be a contender yet. 15 laps to go. Anything's possible yet.
So far, Gerard Essenberg still sitting in the pits. A lot of smoke coming off of that car. James Moore as well, and Doug Ezel. Ezel missing the whole front end of that car. Not what you wanted to see for the 113 and 67 tonight.
No, unfortunately, their days are probably done. But there's a lot of really good drivers, a lot of great looking cars still up at the front. It's going to be exciting to go to the finish.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the restart of Josh McCullough and James Waring. McCullough choosing the outside lane. That's going to put Waring on the bottom side. Here we go. Pace car off the track.
Everybody's good and tight on the pace lap. Let's see a good restart.
Green flag is out. Nice jump by the number 5 right there, getting a little bit of distance. He's going to have to wait for that 20 to get up behind him. It looks like the 40 and the 95 making good contact right there. That's going to be a better push as we see them moving up to the front right now. 95, James Waring, currently taking the lead with the number 6 behind him. It says the number 40, but it is the number 6 of Matt Fratty.
You know, it's the restarts of this track are such a tricky thing, man. Being the leader is not necessarily the best spot to be.
No, well, and the biggest thing is if you get a huge jump, it's actually, most tracks it would be a great advantage, but unfortunately on these plate tracks, if you get too much distance from the car behind you, there's just not enough push to keep you up there. They catch you too quick.
Now, Jamie, I don't know about you, but one of my favorite things to do is push that car, that lead car, all the way out to the lead, and then back off to the car behind me. Especially when there's just a couple laps to go, you push him up there, and you back off, and then you catch the run. That's how you come from second to first on this track. And I think the 5 realized that and tried not to get too big of a jump. Now, he's got a great pusher behind him right now with Jessica in the 04. It's going to be something special here at the end.
Yeah, that's going to be Ambrose Nebel pushing up right behind the number 9. Falling back a little bit right there. That's going to be detrimental for that middle line right there. They're going to have to catch some of that side draft. Justin's going to have to get back right up behind the number 5. Huge side draft by the number 15. That's going to be Shane Hatfield.
Well, it looked like Morgan and Brown had a run, but Brown bailed on him and sent Morgan straight to the back.
Oh, number 40, a.k.a. number 6, Matt Fratty jumping up in front of the number 5, then back down again, leaving the 95 of James Waring up in front of the number 5. Huge move right there from that bottom line. A lot of swapping back and forth. 95 down, back down in front of the number 40, a.k.a. the number 6.
Who is the guy in the 067? Justice Smith come out of nowhere to take the lead.
Amazing job by the 067. He's got a little bit of a gap from the car behind him, though. That's what we were talking about, getting too much of that gap. It's going to give the advantage to the other line. They're going to be able to catch up. You need
but here
somebody
comes a
behind
5
you.
to give him. Here comes a 5 to give him a push. Is he going to give him enough of a push where he can move down in front of the 95 and gain another run?
That's going to be Joshua McCullough, also in tail with Jessica Childs right there. Those 3 pushing towards the front.
Now you got the 6 of Matt Frady pulling up into the mix. The 67 comes down to cover the bottom. Ooh, the 5 gives the 067 a heck of a bump.
A lot of moving around right there. Looks like the number 6, a.k.a. the number 40, jumping in front of the 69 of Charlie Morgan, trying to create something for that outside line. In tow, they got Michael Brown.
Ooh, Jessica drops in front of in front of Warren. Hatfield's pushing Warren up to Jessica. They may get the bottom line going. Where did Essenberg come from? He's in the mix all of a sudden.
Yeah, Joseph Essenberg in that number 10, making moves in the middle.
Same right there in the 4th, 5th position, depending on what part of the track you're looking at. You know, Jamie, this goes all back to the old saying, to finish first you must finish, and the 10 is doing a hell of a job doing that right now. He's waiting around to the end of this race to put himself in a position to have a shot.
Yeah, it looks like that middle line is just making moves. Not too much going on the outside with the 69 and the 11. Oh, the 5 jumping up there. Oh, getting into him. Oh. 5 almost into the wall. Contact with the 69. They keep it green.
It. Now they all came down to the bottom. Now you got 6 cars at the bottom lane all together.
Beautiful save from the number 5 of Joshua McCullough right there.
You got the 067 of Justin N. Smith. You got the number 6 of Matt Frady. The number 9 of Jessica Frady, or Jessica Childs, I'm sorry. The 95, yeah. The 95 of James Warren, all in a good, tight line. I don't know if the middle or the outside has anything for him right now. It's going to be a hell of a race to the finish.
Yeah, with only 2 cars in the middle and 2 cars on the top. That top line falling apart pretty quickly. They're going to have to jump behind the middle line if they want to keep up momentum. 10 jumping down a little bit, but just not enough to get up behind the 69 at the moment. It turns back into 2 lines. We see Joseph McCullough just beautifully side drafting. Oh man, he is very good at that side draft. Getting real close without making contact. 6 jumps up.
Contact to the wall.
That is going to bring out another
flag
caution.
Is out.
Looks like involving the number 12 of Joe Conan. Let's go back and take a look. Let's see if we can get a better view of this. Oh, as the 11 gets on his inside right there, or his outside, just making a little bit of contact, putting the 12 up into the wall. Not sure if the 12 knew he was there, but just a little bit too much of a bumper underneath him. I can't believe that actually called out a yellow. Car wound up staying straight too.
Yeah.
Oh, huge wheel damage for the number 12 up on that right front. Jeez, couldn't get that out.
Probably why I called out the yellow. iRacing realized that he was going to be slow and probably end up in the way. You know, no system is perfect, but I'd like to say that iRacing does a pretty good job.
Absolutely incredible racing so far here for the Saturday Night Cash Motorsports. I mean, these guys are putting on a hell of a show for us tonight. Thank you all for being here once again. But that's going to give the advantage to the number 6, a.k.a. the number 40 of Matt Frady. He's going to be leading us back to the green flag on this next restart with Justin Smith.
Well, Jamie, if we got time, why don't we pull a driver up?
That's not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and pull...
9?
9? Let's do James Waring, the 95.
Okay.
As we got the 95 James Waring up in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, buddy, how's it going out there?
If I can get out of this middle lane half the time, or bottom lane, I'll be great.
Yeah, it looks like that middle lane is just dominating the race so far, almost getting it together on that last stint right there, making that bottom line work, just not able to get it together. A little bit of contact for the back, unfortunately, causing that last caution right there. But as we go green after this, there'll only be about 5 laps to go. Any kind of strategy that you're going to pull into this?
Well, I'm starting on the outside lane, so that's going to give me a shot. I think I'm going to have Jessica in front of me, so I'm going to push the hell out of her. Hopefully we can get these cars up to the front, and we'll see what we can do from there.
Well, either way, hell of a show so far. Thank you so much for coming up and talking to us. We're going to go ahead and send you back to the car. Good luck, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and pull down the 71 of Derek Raleigh. Derek Raleigh up in the booth. 71, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, brother. So, obviously, a little bit of contact, a couple incidents in the beginning of the race, but it looks like you're still going strong out there in the middle of the pack right at the moment. Currently sitting in 9th place, but we still got five laps to go after the green flag. What any kind of strategy that you're pulling into the end of this race?
Just trying to save my truck, what I got left, and get with somebody that I can push good, and try to get them up, try to get this thing up to the front. It's about my only plan. No real plan. Just kind of playing it by ear here.
Anybody that is a favorite for you to get next to or have behind you?
Ambrose, he's a good one. Ambrose is a good one. Shane Hatfield, Jessica Childs, Charlie Morgan. There's a bunch of them. James Waring. But yeah,
Well,
having a good race here.
We've seen a lot of movement coming out of James Waring and Jessica Childs, both big front runners. Hopefully, you can link up with one of those drivers and be able to push it out to the front. Be careful out there. Have fun, man. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, as we get close to the green flag here, hopefully for the last time tonight to finish out Saturday Night Cash Racing. For our restart, it's going to be Matt Fratty and Justin Smith.
Jamie, I got a sneaky feeling.
What's
That
that?
ain't the last. That's not the last caution.
Well, and as we already know, a lot of the times this is when the pressure is on. A lot of people are going to be pushing really, really hard to get up to the front and make as many positions work as possible.
This is probably the most important restart of this race.
I don't disagree with you whatsoever.
Even if there's subsequent restarts, this is the most important restart because you have to put yourself in position for the green white checkered. You have to be expecting the green white checkered.
So for me, I don't know about you, but for me, I'm trying to put myself in like 3rd or 4th, just so I can get behind somebody and, like you said, back off a little bit, get that run, try to shoot it, and make it stick.
Well, I guess it depends on where you're at in the field coming to this green flag. You know, if I'm in the back, I'm backing off. You know, I've already lost unless the green white checker comes out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make up 20 spots. But if the green white checker comes out because of a wreck and I've backed off, now I've made up 10, 15 spots and I'm in position to win. Now, if I'm up front, I'm going as hard as I possibly can. And all the gloves are off. I'll wreck my old grandmother to win a race. Don't care. Hell, I'll wreck my 3-year-old daughter to win a race. But you got to do it the right way at the right time. It's got to be coming from the line.
I've talked to several of my teammates, people that I've raced with constantly. Oh, we're friends until the last lap.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you and I are great friends, but let's go back to season 1 at GEC. Me and Joe, we're great friends, but I have not forgot him wrecking me to win the championship and letting Jessica Childs ball people win.
Well, and so far, Jessica still holds the most podiums for us. Out there doing a great job right now. She's currently sitting in 4th place, right there behind the 067 of Justin Smith. They're going to be on the inside line.
It looked like he might have gone a little bit early, but it looks like iRacing is going to let it go.
Yeah, no black flags as far as I can see. It looks like Joe Conan jumping out, but then jumping back to the pits. Not sure if that had anything to do with the damage off the last accident. That outside line just making huge moves. Jessica Childs jumping up behind the 71 of Derek Holly.
Here comes the 5 moving into the mix.
Yeah, Josh McCullough, you got to watch out for him. He's always up there to try to take that lead. He's got a beautiful pusher right there of James Waring sitting right behind him as we talked to... Oh, do they recover? Oh, they recovered it! Huge contact right there.
You got the 5, you got the 067, the 6/40, all in a line. Can they pull away from this pack? You got Jessica Childs trying to put it together on the inside with the 71. I don't know what's going to happen here, but it looks like they got momentum.
It looks like Jessica Childs got pushed off the track down to the bottom right there. She's going to be chasing the backside of the pack. Hopefully she doesn't lose that draft right there, but that's going to give an advantage to Josh McCullough. He's going to be up there with Matt Frady. McCullough trying to take it 3 wide, trying to block that outside contact with the 95. 95 had the 31. 31 jumps to the outside with the 04. Can they cross the finish line for the white flag? That is going to be the end all right there. Josh McCullough got the 067 of Justin Smith sitting right behind him. McCullough jumping to the outside in front of the number 31. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
About that 4, man, he's got something special going.
Yeah, that's going to be Daniel Holcraft. As the white flag comes out, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. The hard pushing is going to start right here. The friends go out the door.
The 04 went low. Is it too early?
Holy.
Was that move
that was
too early to make?
Close 3-point run right there. 40
Oh!
goes around 067 across the 067's nose of Justin Smith. That's going to put them out of contention. The number 11 jumped to the front of Michael Brown, our new leader, coming around to the last turn.
Through the adversity, through the trials of this race, is he going to make it to the end?
Josh McCullough jumping back up front, trying
One
to jump to that
last push.
outside.
The
31.
4 back in front.
Oh! Derek Raleigh takes it home.
How did he do it?
I have no idea. Where did he come from?
Like night.
Where did they come from? Let's take that back a little bit. Derek Raleigh on the outside right there with the 69 right behind him. James Waring, that's exactly who he wanted to get up with. As Raleigh jumps out in front of the 5. That is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen.
He was night taking the white flag, I think. He was back there. What a run from the 71.
That was incredible by Derek Raleigh. Beautiful job right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you want to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hear his voice saying thank you. That is an emotional man right there.
Our podium drivers, Derek Raleigh taking home the checkered flag, Daniel Holdcraft in second, Josh McCullough finishing in third. We'll be right back with your driver interviews. And we are back with your podium drivers here at Talladega for the Cash Motorsports Saturday night cash race. Thank you all for being here. We're going to go ahead and start it off with your checkered flag holder, Derek Raleigh, taking it home at the end, finding the ability to get up with the people he needed to be, jumping in front of the number 5 of Josh McCullough and taking it home here tonight. Derek, how does it feel?
It feels crazy. I don't know how it happened. Top lane just started moving, and it just played out perfectly. But it was a great race, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Well,
Daniel,
hell of a show.
Daniel, I'm pretty sure you were seventh to ninth coming to the white flag. How the hell did you know that the outside line was going to be the way to go?
Well, I kind of hung back all night just saving that little fast repair watching. And yeah, that high line was the place to be. And if you could get a run and get down in front of the low line on the tri-oval, it was you just got a heck of a run. So I saw an opening on that high side, and me and Josh took it. And sorry to Josh, but I had to leave him hanging and jump back to the bottom. And then the bad thing is I didn't even see Derek until we crossed the line. I didn't even know where he was at.
That was a great race, bro.
No,
Fucking great race.
Incredible job. It looks like we lost
I hope they
Josh.
didn't
Where did?
Now, Daniel, it sounds like veterans doing veteran things. Very impressive, sir.
I appreciate that, David.
Absolutely incredible work here tonight, guys. Derek Raleigh, anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
I'd like to thank you guys for hosting this race up on YouTube, and all the guys that showed up here tonight. It was a great race. We had some good turnout. So hopefully we can have another one next week and continue this on. It's a great time.
Absolutely. Thank
Next
you
time
so
I'm racing
much.
with you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. And Daniel Holdcraft, is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race, sir?
And number one, I'd like to thank Derek for putting this on. We've been racing together for quite a while and kind of talked about this for a long time. We finally got it all set up, and he's put a lot of money out on this. So I mainly want to thank him, and then the wife and kids for letting me goof off and do this. They support me 100%, no matter what kind of money I spend on this little sim rig.
Well, it's
Daniel, I want to touch on that for a minute. What does it mean and I know Jamie appreciates the same thing from his family, but what does it mean that our families allow us to do this type of thing?
I tell you, we've been doing nothing but kid stuff for years. Cheer, gymnastics, cross country. The kids are getting a little bit older, going off to college. She helped me move my sim rig into my own little office, helped me paint the walls, get everything set up. And she told me, get a hobby. And I don't know if she knew it was going to cost this much, but but she backs me 100%. She's probably watching on TikTok as we speak right now.
That's pretty awesome, man. It sounds like you got a good one, a good family. We love you for that.
I appreciate that, brother.
Well, again, guys, thank you so much for putting on a hell of a show. Thank you to all the drivers that showed up tonight. Thank you to everybody that came out to watch the race, and we appreciate it. We will see you guys next time here at Cash Motorsports for Saturday Night Cash.